Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, January 6th. I had to think about that, and that's sad. And today we cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, and CONY. So I'm on the YieldMax website, and just to explain, obviously I talk about what I do for the intraday trades all the time, but the following morning is when I pull up the all holdings, and that's when I get the information to see how much the synthetic would be to close, because you see on the top that's the put for the synthetic, and then if you look down below here, if I highlight this number here, that's the call for the synthetic, right? So these two positions represent the synthetic, and the price next to them, the price next to the put, that's how much it would cost to close the put, right? Because they sold the put, they got a credit, but if they wanted to close it early, that's how much they'd have to pay. So if you look at the other one, the call, I don't know why my screen went like light, but anyway, if you look at the call, you see that 292, that's how much they would make on the call, which is not a lot, obviously, because I believe, Tesla price is still below the strike. Everything else in between here, you see the blue, the blue, I guess they're kind of, are these links? Never actually clicked them. Nope, don't want to do that. So yeah, these are just the weekly calls that show in blue. And then obviously we have treasuries. There's two treasuries as always, and then there's cash. So yeah, that's how to read the outstanding holdings. Outstanding shares, I always use this because it's current. This is the trustworthy data. So you see shares outstanding, which is current. That'll show basically, well, the date of this has January 8th, which is Monday. So typically, I guess, it represents the outstanding shares as of the open. So, and then they have creation units, which really means nothing to you guys, but they add creation units as the demand for more outstanding shares, comes. I don't know why they have this money market flag. It's always going to be yes for cash, and that's it. So it's pretty stupid. What a waste of space there, So yeah, that's pretty much the outstanding holdings in a nutshell. So, all right, let's get to the sheet. That's what you guys want to see. So TSLY, the synthetic, what is it, 250? Yeah, synthetic 250. As mentioned, Tesla price below that still. I mean, let's go. Let's move, Tesla. What's going on? But yeah, it's at 237.49. So the recent, oh no, yeah, there was no activity. There was no trade. Was there a trade yesterday? There was a trade yesterday, but there was no synthetic addition yesterday. So obviously you see the last synthetic was January 4th. Sorry, I did this last night. And no addition on Friday to the synthetic. So, but the change I added here was how much it would cost to close, which you saw on the outstanding holding sheet. But long story short, if they closed it, they'd take a hit of 55 million. Our January profits from the synthetic, it's a credit of 327,000. But again, when you add to the synthetic and the price of the underlying is below the strike, you're going to get more credit because the put credit will be greater than the buy call debit. All right, move on. I'm moving on. Don't worry. Okay, so Friday, how did we end up? Let's see. Friday was January 5th. So if we just take a look, comparable to the day before, TSLY, it went down 4.7%. And then Tesla, it went down 0.18%. Why the big disparity? Well, ex-dividend date. So as, what are they paying? 55 cents. So if you take 11.50 minus 55 cents, it's about 10.95. Obviously, plus or minus fluctuation in the underlying, plus or minus premium income, and we're at 10.96, which is pretty much almost on the money for the the share price decrease due to the distribution. So obviously it kind of Tesla went down overall 0.18%. What else is new? All right, calls. So they added 2 new positions. They are scattering their calls Hallelujah. This is a very, very good thing. I think the future is going to be bright for TSLY this year. So anyway, what did they do? They sold 10,000 contracts with a 245 strike, which is 3.16% out of the money. They love that 3% range, man. And then they have 7,190 contracts, and that's with a strike of 247.50, 4.21% out of the money. Keep in mind, they have 5 trading days left, for these contracts to expire. And they made a lot of money with this. Bam, look at that. 2.4 million, 1.3 million. That's about $3.7 million added. Now I have a running total, but that's the running total for everything. The number you want to keep your eye on is on the top. You see column or cell K1, that's the total income, as of the date. Well, I'll say as of declaration date. That's when I start counting the income for the following month's distribution. Cash and treasuries, if we care, went up 33.4 million. Well, that's because they made a lot of money on these, the selling calls, and a lot of new outstanding shares came in. So pretty good. If I scroll up above, we already talked about the positions they closed. Actually, I meant to gray it out. My bad. Again, I want to gray out the old positions in order to not confuse the viewer. So yeah, anything in gray is a closed position. Everything else, these are open positions, and they all now expire January 12th, which is Friday. So you can see we're pretty scattered. All right, so like I said, outstanding shares did increase 77.4 million. Income, we're at 7.7 million. Total distribution payment as of today, 10 cents. That's pretty damn good considering how early it is. Daily income, 5 cents per day, really good. And then daily yield, 0.46%, which again, really, really good. So far, so good this month. All right, where do we stand active going into next week? Well, again, I'm very happy. Look at this, amazing. This is what I've been asking for, and it's very good to see it. Someone said in the Discord or the comments, maybe they got the CONY fund manager to work TSLY, and they may be right, because I'm seeing some progress here. So anyway, largest strikes at the top, lowest strikes at the bottom. I'm pretty sure I have CONY backwards, but either way. All right, so let's go from the bottom. So the lowest, oh no, I don't have the lowest on the bottom. This is all over the place, sorry guys. But the lowest is 10,000 contracts at a 245 strike. Again, that's 3.16% out of the money. Yeah, normally, if all of these contracts were there, that would suck. I'd be pissed off and bitching and moaning. But they're scattering, which is good. So the next one up is 247.50. That's 7,190 contracts, 4.21% out of the money, 5 trading days. Okay, that's a little better. And then moving up, they have the 250 strike, only 380 contracts, so kind of irrelevant for the conversation, but 5.27% out of the money. At least that can capture 1% a day though, right? And then moving up to the 250, that's 6.32% out of money. But look at that. That's the majority of the contract, 17,685. So, okay, 6%, 1 week, 5 trading days. I can live with that, considering Tesla really hasn't moved, right? So what's to expect a massive jump? I want it to jump. I do when I don't, right? I want it to go up slowly, in order for us to capture it, but something's got to give here. And then the last one, the highest one, is a 257.50. That's 8.43% out of the money, 810 contracts. So I know people were going to think I'm going to be pissed about the 3%, out of the money. However, if you look at the others, it makes it good. Like, this is perfect. In my opinion, this is, almost perfect. I mean, again, that 10,000 to 3% still scares me, because at any moment, Tesla could just jump. But looking at this IV, it's just continuing to stay lower than 50%, which is a joke. I mean, we got to get this IV up, 47%. So again, TSLY price is sitting at 1096, but I'm showing going into next week, we could make some capital appreciation of about 55 cents, which will at least put us in the, the mid 11 range. So that's pretty good. My reaction is, it's not quite the money face. It's like a cheese face, right? At the same time, like grinding teeth, because we're just waiting for Tesla to blast, right? To blow up. So I'm just like, again, I'm happy. I am happy with these scattered strikes. Amazing. But they're not going to get a happy face from me still, because I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, let's move on. Again, this tab is the end all be all. This is the totals, the calculation, how much we're making for the month. You'll see synthetic income, from left to right, synthetic income, short call income, total of the two, which is net income, and then outstanding shares, and then how much they could pay per share. Again, right now it's 10 cents, 90% would be 9 cents. But again, too early in the month. I kind of talk about this just so you guys know, my entire spreadsheet and how it works. Okay, so that's TSLY. Feeling pretty good going into next week. Let's go to the more famous CONY. Why is it more famous? Well, it has earned that, it's not a bigger fund, but it's becoming, the growth of it is more than TSLY, that is for sure. TSLY was really, and still is the baby, the main child, right? The favorite of the bunch. Sorry, I take a sip of water in my freezing cold garage. But yesterday was January 5th, right? So they added 1,200 new contracts to the synthetic position. And guess what? Coin is still below the strike of the synthetic. We wanted to go above that before January 19th so that when we roll, this is not a debit. But if you look, okay, they added to the synthetic, so the sell put was greater than the buy call. So guess what? That's going to add to our January profits of the synthetic. However, if we have to roll this and coin is still down, it's going to cost us $25.7 million as of today. So I think coin, my opinion, again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are for fun and entertainment. Please do your own research. But if I was to guess, I would say coin will be above that strike. I don't feel the same about Tesla because Tesla just hasn't moved. Coin, this is like a temporary dump, right? So I think it'll start mooning again, hopefully, But in the meantime, I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to keep buying coin. I want to make it a bigger position in my my portfolio. All right, so how did CONY do yesterday? CONY, oh man, look at that. At the same time, these high distributions are awesome, but man, oof. Coin did go down yesterday too. Coin went down 1.04%. But look at CONY, it went down 10.7%. The payment's what, $260? So if you take out, I think it's $260. If you take out $260 from there, we're looking at the 2023 range anyway, so it makes sense. But yeah, man, you got to keep in mind, okay, that sucks, but we think, most people are pretty confident CONY's going to recover. Again, TSLY not so much because TSLY's been flat, but I think a lot of people think this is going to be the year for Tesla. Maybe not to blow up, but maybe to just go to 300. We'll see though. All right. Anyway, what did they do with the 1,200 contracts that they added a synthetic position? They opened a new call. What do we got? Strike price. 167.50, 8.78% out of the money. Okay, that's lower than their usual. But guess what? They scatter, and when they scatter, they can do that. It's sad that 8% out of the money is low. By the way, it's comical actually. All right, they made $426,000, so added to the running total, which again represents everything. So you have to key in on the cell K1, which is total income. As of declaration date, which is what I'm adding for the next payment. Cash and treasuries, always massive increases, like 47.3 million. Like the growth of this fund is just insane. Yeah, it's nuts. All right, anyway, outstanding shares, 12.7 million. Again, that's a big jump. I know some of you were asking, can you track the change in the shares per day? I'm like, it's kind of irrelevant. The problem with that is then I like a locked sell because I'm using the outstanding shares on other tabs. So I'm pulling from one sell. If I start changing the latest outstanding shares from sell to sell, it's just going to make my life miserable. And the fact that I don't think knowing the change in shares is that important, to be honest. You just want to know if it's growing, if it's going up, right? Or if it's dumping at the same time. So that's why, unfortunately, outstanding shares is just going to stay the way it is. It's in a locked sell because, again, I'm using it on other tabs, as you'll see as I go along. So total income for the month, 3.1 million. That's 24 cents per share. Daily income of 12 cents. Daily yield is 0.52%. So, and that's with the call income so far. So, and we know we never make money on call income, you know, with CONY, it's impossible. But I think this is going to be the month. We're going to have a really good month. Maybe not for the synthetic, but if we have a good month on both, it's going to be really impressive. And I'm curious to see what the distribution would be. All right, let's go to active. Let's see where we stand going into next week, baby. Oofa, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Scattered strikes. Oh, yeah. All right, let's start. This one I actually have in order. All right, so the lowest to highest. Let's go. 1,200 contracts, 167.50, 8.78% out of the money. That's the lowest. 1,500 contracts, 172.50, 12% out of the money. All right, not bad. 1,030 contracts, 175 strike, 13% out of the money. And these are the two big ones. 7,980 contracts, 182.50, 18% out of the money. 18%, 5 trading days. I mean, look at this. That's over 3% capture you can get. And then we have 7,660 contracts, a 200 strike, 29.89% out of the money. Are you kidding me? With 5 trading days, that's 6% capture a day. Unreal. That's all the 19,370 contracts. But look at their IV, man. 85% IV. Amazing. This is just a good one to be on a ride on. All right, CONY price 23.46. Here's the contract information and the potential capital appreciation we can get. $5.08. Could you imagine? Look at that recovery. That would be $28.50 something. Man. So my reaction on CONY is just pure money signs. I'm just, I'm seeing this investment as just pure money signs, because, although my yield on cost, my cost basis has increased, I'm okay with it because now I'm part of the party. Before I only had, 20 shares. Now I'm up to 50 shares. So it'd be really cool if I can get up to 100 before this starts to blast off over $30 again. But, time will tell. So, yeah, I'm working on making CONY a larger position in my portfolio. But, keep in mind, I'm not selling any other positions. I do not sell positions unless I get tired of them and they stop doing what they were intended to. I'm buying these for buy and hold, because I like them. If I start selling, obviously, then I don't agree with what they're doing anymore. So that's just how I roll. Obviously, yeah, I could sell some of TSLY, at a loss and then, move that to CONY, but I'm not going to do that. TSLY is going to stay as it is, and I'll just add as I get more money from my paycheck and whatnot, or dividends, etc. So we'll see how that goes, though. Anyway, same thing. You guys know, I covered this in the TSLY video, but this is, again, you see a credit under synthetic and short call income. That's a very good thing. So we are doing good. So far, so good. Again, next week, it's going to be interesting. Let's see how it plays out, but we're looking good. I mean, 38 cents per share already? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is a great fun, man. I love CONY. I was thinking about doing a Coinbase video, just one to talk about the coin, the stock, the company, and how they're doing. At least cover their financials, see if they're making money, how they're making money, things like that. Let me know what you guys think about that. I haven't had a lot of time to do, additional videos, but I'm thinking I should, as I'm increasing my CONY position, I should probably do somewhat of a deep dive, you know, of course, ROD style, which is not, you know, the greatest. It's just like kind of spur of the moment, you know, just speak the truth, whatever I, you know, find out. But yeah, if you guys are interested in an ROD review of the coin, you know, stock and the company in general, let me know. And again, when I say ROD review, I just mean it's not your best review, probably. I don't go into the everything, every little detail. I just talk, I say it as I see it, you know, to the best of my ability, and that's it, you know. But I'm sure there's good reviews out there already. But anyway, that's it. That's it. I hope you guys, you know, enjoy your weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video, by the way. If you did, please, you know, just hit that like button. By the way, too, I guess I was looking at the subscriber count, and about 60% of you guys subscribe. So I was told that's a good number. So I just want to say thank you. For the 40% that don't, and you still watch it, I'm happy you're still watching. If you don't want to subscribe, that's your choice. I get it. Because, you know, I guess, I don't know. Then I'll have to pop up on your feed every day. I mean, maybe you don't want that, right? I don't know. But anyway, just, you know, the only thing I ask, if you like the video, just hit the like, because I think that helps the so-called algorithm on YouTube to get the word out, okay? All right, anyway, I got to go. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Later.